Hello, I'm Carlos Rosas, and this is the CRS channel. This is the fourth video concerning physics problems in kinematics, specifically motion in one dimension. We're going to finish this problem. We're going to consider a situation for points F and G, which t is greater than te. We have yf equals yd, yg equals yc equals ya, which is y0. So for point F we already know that v e prime equals the square root of 2g times h prime. And we replace, we have for VF we have that VF equals V prime minus G times TF minus TE, and we have TF minus T equals V prime minus VF over G. Replacing this in the expression for YF, which is VE prime times TF minus TE minus G, 1/2 of G times TF minus T squared. We get that doing the math. VF equals the square root of 2G times H prime minus YD. Replacing this here, remembering that TE is this, and that VE prime over G is this, and minus VF over G is this. We get TF equals this. So now we can go to point G, and using the same procedure, just we found TF minus TE, we find TG minus TE, which is this expression here. Replace this in the expression for YG, remembering that YG equals Y0. We get this. Doing the math, we get this. And we get this. So we have VG equals 2 G times H prime minus Y0, and replacing this here, and remembering that T is this, VG is this, and T and V prime over G is this, VG over G is this. We get TG equals all this. Okay, so summarizing all the results in this table, we have the respective points, we have the respective time values, and we have the respective values for velocity. We have V0 greater than VA1. We have the speed, the initial speed is greater than VB1. The speed at V1. We have the speed at A1 equals the speed at B1. We have the speed at A equals the speed at C. We have the speed at C less than the speed at D less than the speed at E. We have the speed at C greater than the speed at g. We have the speed at d greater than the speed at f, with speed at g less than the speed at f less than the speed corresponding to v prime, and we have that v prime is less than v. Okay, so now we go to the next problem, in which we have a person making a vertical jump. Knowing their resistance, compare the time spent above half of the maximum altitude to the time spent ascending and descending from said altitude. So assuming that A1 and B1 are points corresponding to half of the maximum altitude, which is h, which is yb. So ya1 equals yb1 equals 1/2 of yb, which is 1/2 of h. So we consider the time spent from A1 to B1 with respect to the time spent from A to A1 and the time spent from B1 to C. Okay, so we have point A, time value is 0, point A1, time value is equal to this expression here, which is taken from the previous problem. The speed, initial speed, which is the speed at which the jumper takes off from the ground. This is the speed of the jumper at altitude y, which corresponds to ya1. ya1, which is this y with the curl, is less than the maximum height, or less than or equal to the maximum height, which is h, and the speed at a1 will be given by this value here. So we have this is the time tb, this is time tb1, this is time tc, this is the value for vb1, value for vb, value for vc. So you have to compare tb1 minus ta1 with respect to ta1 plus tc minus tb1. So tb1 minus ta1 is given by this minus this, which gives you this, and ta1 is this value here, and tc minus tb1 is this minus this, tb1 minus ta1 is this minus this, ta1 is this, tc minus tb1 is this minus this, and you get this, so that ta1 plus tc minus tb1 equals 2 times this, which equals 2 times ta1. Okay, so tb minus ta1 is this, which is this minus this, and we make the comparison. We take the ratio TB1 minus TA1 over 2A1, which is equal to this, and we get this, which gives us this, and we can notice that this ratio is greater than or equal to 1, and that this is then greater than or equal to 1. Uh, this is since y, this y with the curl equals this value here, which is, we know that it is 1/2 of h. You know that this here is h minus 1/2 of h, which is 1/2 of h, and this is h minus the square root of 1/2 of h. So the ratio actually is given by this value. Okay, we'll continue this problem in the next video.